Yes, I was with him, without a shred of regret. My wife spat those words out like venom, then rose from the table in the middle of our anniversary dinner. Her heels struck the marble as she walked straight into his arms, my closest friend, once like a brother. She didn't flinch, didn't hide, didn't bother with shame. She wanted me to see. I didn't run after her. I laughed instead. Perfect, I whispered. Tomorrow's delivery would erase the sting of her performance, a moment I had been waiting to unveil for a very long time. She and I had once been fire. What began as sparks of youth grew into vows, into a life I built around her laughter. I believed that sound would always guide me through storms. And him. He wasn't just a friend. He was a man who stood beside me when I said I do. But betrayal cuts deepest when it carries the faces you trust most. The cracks had shown themselves early, her embrace growing colder, nights explained with flimsy excuses. He stopped showing up to poker, claiming late work buried him. I wanted to believe them both. But faith is a fool's luxury. The truth slipped through on a Tuesday night. Her phone buzzed on the counter while she showered. I had never snooped, until then. A preview flashed on her lock screen. Last night was unforgettable. Same place tomorrow. From him. Air left my lungs. In its place, something colder moved in. I didn't confront her. Rage is loud, but vengeance is patient. Instead, I smiled when she came out of the bathroom wrapped in steam, kissed her forehead, and pretended to still be blind. For months, I gathered every scrap of proof. Emails, hotel bills, photographs, kept like trophies of their arrogance. I shifted money into accounts she couldn't touch, spoke to lawyers who owed me favors, and quietly moved every piece of my estate into my name alone. At home, I played the loving husband, dinners prepared, anniversaries remembered, laughter staged. I gave her the comfort of safety because the strike is sweetest when the prey feels secure. But I wanted more than legal victory. I wanted ruin. I dangled opportunities in front of him, business meetings, introductions to powerful people. He thought he was finally being noticed, that his brilliance had been recognized. But I was only feeding him rope. Our anniversary was their stage, the perfect night for her smug confession. Tomorrow would be the day the blade fell. At sunrise, process servers would appear at the house she thought belonged to her. Divorce papers would arrive, backed by evidence impossible to contest. She'd learn her accounts were frozen, her car repossessed, and her jewelry, purchased under my name, locked away. As for him, the deals I arranged were poisoned. Contract riddled with fraud, debt signed into his name alone. By noon, investigators would be waiting at his office. By evening, his reputation would be rubble. They thought they were stealing passion. I was dismantling futures. The final act came the night after. I summoned them both to my office, glass walls overlooking the city. She crossed her arms, trying to look defiant. He sat stiff, pretending calm though sweat betrayed him. I know everything, I said, sliding a folder across a desk. Messages, photos, documents, undeniable. Her face drained. His jaw tightened. I don't care what you do, she hissed. I'll leave with him. Perfect. I turned to him. Tell her what tomorrow brings. His eyes flickered, throat tightening. I had warned him in subtle hints weeks before. He knew the trap he had walked into. The contract he signed bound him to debts he couldn't escape. Her head snapped toward him. What is he talking about? Silence stretched. Then his voice cracked. I think I'm ruined. Her expression shattered, fury turning on him. You dragged me into this. I rose, adjusted my cuffs. No, you walked into it together. By the week's end, she was begging, not for my love, but for survival. Homeless, stripped of every comfort, tethered to a drowning man pulling her down. I gave her nothing. Not anger, not forgiveness, only silence. The world devoured them with the same cruelty they had shown me. Now I sit alone at the same table where she once sneered, a glass of wine untouched before me. Do I regret it? Not for a second. Love blinded me once. Betrayal sharpened my vision. They thought they had stolen something precious. But what they truly took was a mask that kept them safe. I let them believe they were predators. All along, they were prey. And when I laugh now, it is not at the memory of a betrayal, but at the perfection of their collapse. Justice is not always found in courtrooms. Sometimes it is delivered quietly, behind a smile, until the trap snaps shut. I gave them that moment, and I save it every second.